Okay, this is part 2 of Aristophanes the Frogs. We're going to do something interesting also with this little tidbit afterwards. I believe I am going to read a piece of prose that I did inspired by Aristophanes the Frogs. It's the whole piece, maybe someday I'll read it, is called Ode to Nemo, copyrights. But there is a section in the canto number 7 called Rex Amphibious, and maybe I'll read that afterwards depending on what may be. Now, in the last, in our last visit with Aristophanes, we were reading simultaneous English and Attic Greek, and as I was studying, it came to my attention that there is a certain part, and especially in the chorus of the initiates, where the leader of the chorus is talking to the people who are invited to the rites and who are not. And it is in what is called a tetrameter. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3. Type of, and I thought about it and I said, that's fascinating, because when Charon tells Dionysus to listen to the frogs, the swan song of the frogs, and pull the oars, Dionysus makes a statement such as, what is the tempo? And Charon does this tetrameter, and I found it fascinating. I'm sure one other than me has ever thought about that, but as the frogs are singing along to the Dionysus oaring, it's in that tetrameter, brekkekekex kowax kowax, brekkekekex kowax kowax. I found that absolutely fascinating. So what we're going to do in the section 3, or line starting from 354, line 354, we will. I'll read it in English first, and it's such a absolutely poor translation, but that's okay. It's it's all right. Who can translate Attic Greek properly, anyways? I mean, come on. It's like. I tell my wife that she asked, with, there's Koine Greek, it's kind of like your everyman speech. Attic Greek is as if you and I were sitting around having a cup of coffee and just talking about the weather. And then 2 neuroscientists came in and sat down next to us and started talking shop. That's the difference between Attic Greek and Koine. So, food for thought. We're going to, I'll read this in English first. It's the chorus leader saying who can be a part of this Athenian mystery, if you will, and who are the outcast. And he kind of sets the tone and standard there. So, this is the chorus leader speaking. And it goes as follows. Let all those stand in silence here and keep their distance from our dance. All those who have no sure command of ritual words or purposes, who have not purified their hearts. The ones who've never seen or danced the noble muses' ritual songs or played their part in Bacchic rites of bowl-devouring kratanos, or like words fit for foolish clowns. When such words are not suitable, or anyone who can just turn away from fights and hateful party strife, who cannot be a genial citizen, easygoing with his countrymen, but lights and fans the flames of war, ambitious of advanced himself, ambitious to advance himself, whoever guides our state through storms and is corrupted by some bribe, betrays our watch, post and our ships, or from Aegean smuggles goods, like that wretch Thorikion, our customs agent who shipped off illicit stuff to Epidaurus, that illicit stuff being pharmacon, for those that have ears to hear. Illicit stuff from Epidaurus, ore pads and cloth for sails and pitch, or who persuades some other man to send supplies to hostile ships, or anyone opposing Hecate in dithyrambic choruses, or any politician setting out to pare back pay our poets get, because they mock him in their rites, ancient rites of Dionysius. I say to all such people, and I say again, and for a third time I state once more, stand back from our choral mysteries, but those now here begin the songs and dances lasting all night long, that fits our ceremonial throng. Fascinating. So, now what we're going to do, we're going to try this tetrameter. Remember, it's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and. So bear with me because I'm going to do it kind of slow. Euphemen core e kastastai, toi hemeteroi koroisen, hotes pyros poio de logon, hegono me he katairo, he genaion orgia moison, metaiden met ekoresen, mede kratinon to kaupo fago, glettes bakai et teleste, hebo molokoi hepen karaime, he kairen toto poiosin, hestrasen hekthran ekateluai, mend eukolos esti poloitas, halangerai katrupsat, let me start again. Halanageire kairi pistai, kerdon idon epithumon, hetes poleios kaimazon menes, arkemon katadorokai. Let me start that again. Hetes poleios kairazon menes, arkeon katadorodoketai, he prodidosen, frurion he proididosen forurion henaus, he taportet apo pimpai, hex aegines thorukion on, hekostologos kadomaino, kakodaimon. Askomata kai lina kai pitan, dia pemton ais epidai duaron. He krimata tas ton antipa antipalon rausin pare kain tina paithe he katatila ton hekataion kuklioisi koi roisin. Now, hold on. He katalian ten hekataion kuklioisi koroisen upadon. Whoo! He toi mestoi ton poie te. He tois mestois ton poie ton retero ep reter on heit apotrogai. Como detais entas patraios teletais tas to dianosu. Totois audo cautes a paudo cautes to triton mel a paudo. Hexis tas daimus si corois emais de angeraite po molpon kai panukides tas he meteras aitide terpoisen iorte. Whoo! Ancient Greek, Attic Greek, man, these guys, I'm telling you, there's something that we, yes, English and so on and so forth, I mean, even Latin, silver tongue Latin, so on and so forth, it's absolutely fantastic, but it's like, this stuff, but we don't hold a torch against Attic Greek. We really don't, and don't get me started on, pseudo Masoretic Hebrew and so on and so forth. We'll save that for another video, but I got a couple things up my sleeve with the St. Jerome, but that's for a whole nother situation. Anyways, wow. I feel like I just ran a marathon. Okay, what we're going to do here, and someday I'll read this Ode to Nemo. Copyright 2024, by the by. Anyways, this is a section called Rex Amphibious. And it is it was inspired by the Aristophanes Frogs, and Euripides in his Bacchae play. Now, granted, that's Euripides is very much against the Asian cults coming in to Greece. And he's very, he says they're very problematic and will destroy their culture. And in a ways, indeed, they did. The cult of Dionysus and the Bacchae, and maybe someday we'll read out of that. That is a truly frightening play, but fascinating nonetheless. So anyways, in this tale, in this wedged in the this epic called Ode to Nemo, or in other words, an ode to nobody. Maybe if you Odysseus fans out there maybe kind of get the hint where I'm going with this. But anywho, I digress. Let us set up this story here in this particular stance. Dionysus and the key characters are Dionysus, his minstrel, Charon, and the chorus of frogs. And here, Dionysus and his minstrel are faring o'er the Styx, and wherein Aristophanes Frogs Dionysus outwins the frogs with a screaming match. Maybe he doesn't in this piece. So anyways, this is called Rex Amphibious by yours truly. Characters: Dionysus, minstrel, Charon, and the chorus. The chorus. Hark! O muse of golden apple fair, shine forth. Aurora of rosy cheeks, lux in tenebris. Divine thy Carmen. Virtutus templum, holy diamond, thy true gestation is hidden in Chronos. Wilt thou follow the right path of Avalon's bloom, or prune Aeon's locks? Luscious ringlets indeed, fair Nemo, in guise of Dionysius. Psyche ponders, chorus wanders, meander, poimanders, proof of the ground. Come forth now, brother, sister, and mother, relinquish thy gnosis, which Titans surround. Thesaurus, reveal thy apocalyptic pearl. Enter Dionysus and his minstrel. Minstrel. Oh, what oration, wine wrecks of creation, golden thy word hoard, well hung in sound. Dear sweet benevolent Pantocrator, may I ask you a rhetorical question? Why dost thou garb in feminine attire? Fetching no less, dear sir, a labyrinth of thy rhetoric perhaps? Well played, bravo, Dionysus. Hush now, minstrels, retinas wander, audio ponders meandering paths on Avalon's ground. Pantocrator indeed. Although I blush and bat my lashes at the truth of thy praise, carry on, blind fool. Minstrel, o'er the shore to Avalon dear, 'tis thus you outwitted a pharmacist seer. To land not of fairy our journey doth lead, a rattling, prattling diamond is freed. Dionysus. Well sung, fool, thy wagging lapper sops my bursting pride. The golden god am I. Adored throughout Avalon's realm, I gloat upon my erect presentation, amen. But now my eyes doth spy a distant phantom, drifting shadow. Olympic tricks? Nay, the transport. Boatman gloomy, Charon faring o'er the Styx. Chorus. Behold, he comes, threshold keeper, open door to hear thy voice. Arise, arise, O iris spirit, ancient lux, lamp of choice. Emerald vox, albino locks, brecakekex, coax, coax. Dionysus. Eh? What's that? Something of locks and then a coax, or I'm an ass-eared fool, such as thyself, Midas. Minstrel. Nay, my lord, no deception. My braying ears are keen to box. 'Twas no bowels or distant roll, 'twas brecakekex, coax, coax. Dionysus. Indeed, well, no matter, fool. Let us hail the ferryman. Hello. Enter Charon. Charon. Hell, yes, hell, in a rightly sprack, dainty fairy of the realm. Wish thee transport o'er the Styx, so gloat as fool licks thy helm. Dionysus. Hail now, Charon, remember me. No need for salty canter, we only humbly wish to cross, regaling in thy banter. Chorus. A humble god? Question. A humble god? Explanation. A maiden king with rocks. Thyrsus rising at thee, Charon. Thus we say coax. Dionysus. Silence, bastards. Psyche born of Nemo, indeed. Swallow thy coax, or I shall force thee thy croaking. Now I now direct to higher business. What say you, good beneficent, generous Charon? 'Tis passage granted to recross the gloomy abyss? Charon. Yon chorus has spoken. Avalon's craft of mud and nix shall bear thee o'er the murky Styx. Minstrel. Huzzah! Off we cast from Hades' shore, lend thee hard against the oar. I'm sorry. Off we cast from Hades' shore, lean thee hard against the oar. Thus I sing and croak my song. Dot dot dot. Chorus. Brekkekekex kowax kowax, brekkekekek kowax kowax, brekkekekex kowax kowax. Karen. The melody of thy fool has filled the chorus with glee. I see. Dionysus. Silence all. I shall have peace. A god hath spake. The golden eats the lay and wake. From fairy Avalon we fly, and fly shall be thy supper nigh. Chorus. Tell us more, let us croak thee to thy shore. Tell us more, O cunning fox. Brekkekekex kowax kowax. Dionysus. I am god of benevolent vox. Minstrel. He is god of thy coax. Dionysus. Lord of gold, a king, you dogs. Minstrel. Brekkekekex, the Rex of Frogs. Dionysus. I am Rex Amphibious. Minstrel. The water's fine. Let's all jump in. We're feeling froggy sink or swim. Dionysus. Brekkekekex, kowax kowax. Minstrel. Brekkekekex, kowax kowax. Karen. How curious. My stead is amphibious. Fare thee well, then off you hop, King Nemo, crowned with slimy slop. No one leaves the fairy realm when a reaper is at the helm. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe someday we will read the full Ode to Nemo. Until then,